All right, folks, we have a bullish 2026 outlook for XRP, and it's not coming from me. You guys already know how I feel about it, but I'm going to share a clip here that I think is very interesting, talking about the higher probability of XRP going to its all-time high again and maybe beyond versus assets like Ethereum and others. So interesting perspective that we're going to share with you guys here today, along with Tom Lee's bold predictions. He thinks Ethereum's going to rip to a new all-time high, along with Bitcoin going to 200,000 in 2026. I'm going to hear from you guys in the comments down below. Let me know what you think about it. But I wanted to break this down real quick. I made a video yesterday, XRP manipulation exposed. And I've been talking about this since the Christmas Eve update, where I was warning that yesterday, December 26th, we had the biggest Bitcoin and crypto options expiry event ever. And I said that after this finished, we were going to see big volatility coming in. And I think that people thought that I meant like that day, like within 24 hours, we would see like this huge breakout. We saw big volatility leading up to the event and directly after, and now the market's just chopping sideways. Here's the chart real quick, and I have the exact moment on the 15-minute chart where the options expired, and it was at 3 a.m. Eastern. And so that's why I have the yellow marker right here. But you can see, right, this thing had big chop right up to it. It had a $1.89 XRP, dropped it down to a $1.82. They ran it back up to a $1.88 right before the options expired. Then they, pushed it back down, and then we get this flush out back down to a $1.82 after. And now the market's just moving sideways, completely controlled by the market makers right now. And what's happening right now is the institutions are just finishing up their accumulation. The market makers are cleaning out their books. Some of them got wrecked on 1010. We know Tom Lee said that he knows who got wrecked, but he's not going to say it. But things are cleaning up. I just did some cleaning up of my portfolio. I just updated the Discord group. We had our Discord weekly call. We do it every Saturday at 11:30 a.m. Eastern. And I shaved off some positions, some tax loss harvesting as well, and just cleaned up the portfolio. And so, I'm a little guy that's doing that. You have big hedge funds and market makers that are conducting that as well. But now that big options expiry has taken place, now we have the room to break out. So volumes are down, it's low, consolidating right now. But I do think that we get one more sweep to the low side. I have a big buy order placed at $1.66. We might not even go down to that level, right? I just know that we have a level of support there. There's a level of support at $1.77. And so all we can do is set our orders, let the market makers do what they're going to do. If they flush it out, let our orders fill. And we know that there's more money for those market makers to make to the upside. And we also know that they're just finishing up that institutional accumulation right now before we got the macro tailwinds coming in 2026. But as far as 2026 predictions, we got Tom Lee, $7,000 to $9,000 Ethereum in early 2026, 200K Bitcoin in 2026, and $20,000 Ethereum over time. He doesn't want to overuse the word super cycle. Now, before I play this clip, I'm just going to say, to me, the only assets that could be having a super cycle would be Bitcoin, and maybe you could make the case for XRP, right? You probably can't even make the case for XRP just because it didn't reach a big all-time high that was past its previous all-time high, right? In 2018, it went up to $3.80, kind of. Even David Schwartz has pointed out how that probably wasn't the real price. That was the kimchi premium. Nobody actually bought it at $3.80 at that time. And so really, to me, the all-time high was $3.66 in July of this year. That level that we hit in July, we maintained it, we hit it. A lot of people did buy above 340, 350, and 360, right? So that to me was a real all-time high, but we